Give it a minute. 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 Am I not going to drop any more frames? Due to network, that's turning. I wonder why that's happening. Okay. Well, I think we're back on. We're good as far as I can tell. Yeah, this was a part of the video I needed to stop and pause for so I could kind of go over this. Give it a second. Let's go into it.
Times, Meta's blog post specifically references rival social media site X, run by Elon Musk, the guy who was never actually going to fight Zuck in the ring, but pretending was fun for a while. I guess Meta's new lax moderation policy also applies to Meta themselves, because they took the liberty of serving an Instagram user with unsettling AI-generated images of himself in his feed after he used a Meta AI tool to edit a selfie.
This is actually Black Mirror. Full Black Mirror. This is incredible. I cannot believe this is a thing. AI just straight up taking your likeness, advertising to you using that likeness. How in the world could this possibly be seen as something that is worth doing? Something that anyone would actually want to see? This is some insane person who let this happen. It is terrifying. Truly. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, let's continue the thing though.
Apparently took that to mean he wants to be surprised by a fake image of himself reflecting on life in an endless maze of mirrors where he's the main focus. And he looks thrilled. Now, back in September, Meta said they're testing serving content in Facebook and Instagram feeds created by their AI just for you, not of you, which is the issue here. Meta told 404 Media that you can opt out of seeing otherworldly versions of yourself in your feed, but other platforms are experimenting with similar features, so you may just have to get used to AIs poking you like a toddler and saying, hey, look, I drew a picture of you. I don't care. Where are your parents? And look, it's our sponsor,
I'm also just pointing out the fact that this is not a child that's doing this. This is a good joke, maybe. But oh my gosh, this is horrible. You should not be able to have your likeness used to advertise to you without compensation, at the very least. There's so many things that have just been thrown at us now for free. I'm already sick and tired of user-generated content, but at least they get paid, even if it's a terrible rate that's below industry standard. But at least they get paid. In this comparison, this is just, hey, you exist, we're going to use you. This is everything I want to do involves swearing. So bad. If I could find a better description. I don't have any moist, critical, descriptive words.
The app and use code TechLinked at checkout. Okay, we're coming back to CES news for the quick bits. These ones are a little different, but hey, that's okay.
Oh, just kidding. Doing that first. Get myself into DPS role. What's my Valor looking like? 1170. Okay.
Told you I'd cover some more NVIDIA stuff, so here. GeForce Now is officially getting a native app for the Steam Deck later this year, and expanded browser-based support on various mixed reality headsets too. So I guess Microsoft is right, and all of those are an Xbox.
What? No.
What? What? One thing from the keynote I didn't cover yesterday was Project Digits, a tiny $3,000 desktop computer powered by the company's Blackwell GPU and their 20-core Grace CPU on a pretty standard-looking mobile chip. This is an ARM-based APU in a Mac Mini-looking form factor. Could NVIDIA just leapfrog Qualcomm and start their own ARM PC revolution? Probably not with this. These are meant for researchers and people comfortable plopping another $3,000 PC on top of the first one to run their AI waifu locally.
Oh, wait. Is it AI NUC? Or what is that called? We have a device specifically for AI stuff. Okay.
Speaking of AI companions, NVIDIA announced that generative AI-powered NPCs called co-playable characters will drop soon in PUBG and Naraka Bladepoint, where they'll help you find loot and swear to loyally hold off bad guys so you can run away and heal. If AIs can't love, then what is that? Oh, you're not a gamer? Don't worry, NVIDIA's Project R2X desktop assistant is here to answer the question, what if Clippy was hot? I found a hot AI girl and trapped her in my monitor. Now, because I feel like I'm neglecting them if I don't mention them, there are a butt-ton of new laptop models on display at CES, as usual. Updated gaming and lifestyle models from Asus, refreshed EliteBooks, and a new Snapdragon X-powered Omni Studio all-in-one from HP. MSI had some pretty wild 18-inch gaming laptops to show off with lots of dragon-related influences. It's what the people want. And Acer had a number of notebooks to show off, but not all of them had a chassis made partially out of crushed oyster shells, like the Aspire Vero 16. So that's the one that gets the mention. I don't make the rules. And you know what? Let's cover Sony's CES announcements, which once again involved reminding everyone they're working on a car with Honda. It's called the Afeela. Do we remember this? Yes. But since it's 2025, it has to ship with an AI personal agent, of course. What is new is the shipping estimate of 2026 and the price. It starts at $89,900. But, hey, that comes with a 3-year subscription to all the AI stuff, which is at least Toyota Corolla's worth. Sony also gave their mysterious next-gen XR headset a name, Zin, with an X. I guess the nicotine pouches aren't big in Japan. But good news, you don't need the headset to enjoy Sony's future immersive entertainment concept. A box covered in displays and sensory doohickeys that will drop you into the world of The Last of Us and even let you smell what Ellie smells. Turns out
What?
the just
What?
Zin with an X. I guess the nicotine pouches aren't big in Japan. But good news, you won't need the headset to enjoy Sony's future immersive entertainment concept. A box covered in displays and sensory doohickeys that will drop you into the world of The Last of Us and even let you smell what Ellie smells. Turns out the clickers are just ripping it. It's all the time. It's mold and gas. It's not good. And we're gonna let it rip again tomorrow. So come on back for more. No, it'll be tech news. That's not. We're not ripping. Okay, that's disrespectful.
All right, I'm still dropping frames a little bit. I need to see. I think that's the setting I can change. Dropping frames over network. If I go to output and I set this to 250, how about now? See if that helps. Okay. That was a lot. There was a lot in there. I'm still stuck on the whole AI advertising to you thing bit, because that's just so... Oh my god, turn that off. That's just the worst ever. Unbelievable. How can that exist? It's like, how could we ever have predicted making regulation for this? It shouldn't exist whatsoever. Like, there should never have been this thought of, oh, humans would do this to other humans. Oh my gosh. What a time. Sweet mama. Okay.
Half-Life 3 is really totally definitely happening this time.
For sure it is.
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
Signs point to the possibility of Valve working on the long-awaited third entry to the second most influential FPS franchise in gaming history, Half-Life.
Hold on a second.
Who wrote this? I think David.
Is he just trying to troll people?
I'm not sure, but
He's got to be trying to troll people. There's no way. There's no way.
What's the most influential then?
I don't know.
Halo? Call of Duty?
No.
Halo
What?
changed.
What?
Halo
Stop.
changed first-person shooters forever. Doom?
Stop.
Doom?
Yeah, maybe Doom. I
Doom?
can see Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
Created first-person
Doom would.
shooters effectively. They existed, but
Yeah, I don't know. There's arguments to be made for a lot of the early.
I was gonna
stuff.
say Quake. Halo was influenced by
Changed
Quake.
multiplayer.
yes.
Quake changed multiplayer in a big way. Wasn't it, Quake basically created multiplayer arena shooter, didn't it? Trying to remember. I wasn't a gamer back then, so
Yeah.
This is all just based on what I
Yeah,
know
me
and
neither.
remember.
Ricochet 2. Ricochet 2 is definitely the most influential first-person shooter of all time. I do agree. Judge and flipping chat. Anyways, moving on before that. YouTuber and semi-reliable source of Valve leaks, Gabe Follower, has made a video claiming Valve is working on the Half-Life universe again with some moderately convincing evidence. One, undiscovered Source 2 engine updates that more fit a Half-Life game than any current Valve game. Two, pointing out new dev commentary in the 20th anniversary update that mentions fixing a problem in a future installment. Okay. And more importantly, three, claims from an insider that Valve is actively playtesting a new Half-Life with friends and family.
Okay, can I interject for a moment? I mean, you interjected a lot of times earlier, so I feel like I'm owed one.
Wow.
Is it not more likely that we're just going to get Project Deckard with Half-Life Alyx 2? Because Valve needs to sell some VR headsets? Like, come on. We're not getting Half-Life 3, you guys. Anyway, carry on.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
G-Man / Barney Calhoun voice actor has pointed out his...
Has also posted his first
non-reply tweet, since the release of Half-Life Alyx, a cryptic video using the G-Man voice referencing unexpected surprises in the future. The actor has previously told US Gamer that he had recently worked on a blast from the past that he would announce on my Twitter feed when I'm allowed to.
Unexpected surprises. There. That's my impression of G-Man.
This is all sounding a lot more like a remaster or something than now.
Yeah. After 8 years, Valve has finished the TF2 comic series with a final installment with small references to the Half-Life universe. Valve has been on a huge hiring spree for Project White Sands and has brought back ex-staff who worked on Half-Life 2, Left 4 Dead, and Portal. Maybe the Aperture Science story thread in Half-Life 2 Episode 2 can be paid off with a portal gun in Gordon Freeman's hand.
Who wrote this story?
Yeah.
Are you just fanficking?
Oh,
like at
we're
this
getting
point?
Artifact 2.
Oh, wow. Artifact 2.
Oh, this is gonna be sick.
This
Amazing.
is David. This is David.
I like this one.
This is David.
You should write more when
Here's our
articles.
discussion question. Linus, why do you hate Half-Life 2? And follow-up, why are you so wrong?
Yeah, that's an interesting
I
question.
don't hate Half-Life 2. It's one of the few shooter games I've actually played all the way through. I played Half-Life 2, I played Episode 1, I played Episode 2. The only one I've said I couldn't finish is Half-Life 1 because I didn't go back and try to play it until I'd already completed Half-Life 2. And it didn't age particularly.
old.
Yeah, it didn't age particularly well. Like, okay, I could probably list first-person shooter games that I've actually played an entire campaign on two hands. So Far Cry 1,
Great game.
Doom, around that time Doom,
Okay.
whatever that one was, I forget. Half-Life 2, Fear.
I played Fear, nice.
I played that one that you made me play, Titanfall 2.
That's a good game.
Okay,
Probably
what
should
else
have.
is there?
Really solid game.
Okay, Portal.
Also, every time Steam has a sale, Titanfall 2 goes on sale for like $3. If you haven't bought it, just buy it when it's on sale. It's a great single-player game. Do it.
Something I should
Halo
probably
1,
do.
Have I actually played through the single-player campaign? I think so. Maybe. Possibly. Oh, it would have been... Yeah, no, I think I did. What else we got? BioShock. Yes, I did play through BioShock. I may have even dragged myself through BioShock 2, but I'm not sure if I finished it. It was terrible.
Dragged? No.
No, not Fire, Crystal.
I liked
F-E-A-R.
Infinite. I wasn't that into 2, but I liked Infinite.
Oh,
Or whatever it's called.
I played one of the Deus Ex games all the way through. I think it was
Ex
like
Machina?
it was supposed to be one of the bad ones or whatever, but I came into the franchise later, so I enjoyed it just fine. maybe it was that one. It was probably one of the Deus Ex ones. And I have actually never played a Battlefield or Call of Duty campaign all the way through. I just like didn't participate in gaming at that time, I guess. So we're at 9. We're at 9.
They're good like Marvel movie-esque campaigns, if that makes sense.
Wait, what did he say?
It's like
Smashing it?
it was supposed to be one of the bad ones or whatever, but I came into it.
I wasn't that into 2, but I liked Infinite.
Oh,
Or whatever it's called.
I played one of the Deus Ex games all the way through. I think it was.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to be one of the bad ones or whatever, but I came into it into the franchise later, so I enjoyed it just fine. Maybe it was that one. It was probably one of the Deus Ex ones. And I have actually never played a Battlefield or Call of Duty campaign all the way through. I just like didn't participate in gaming at that time, I guess. So we're at 9. We're at 9.
They're good like Marvel movie-esque campaigns, if that makes sense. There's no real like substance to them.
I don't think I ended up beating Borderlands. I got bored of Diablo first-person shooter edition.
Yeah,
I couldn't finish it.
I think I've tried a couple of them. I've never beat any of them because I get partway through it. I'm just like, all right.
Yep, this is Diablo, all right.
Yep.
Crisis, yes. Oh, okay, we're over 10.
Oh, he
beat
played Crisis.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Crisis 2. I might have actually played all the way through Crisis 3 as well. Definitely Crisis 1 and Crisis 2. I did very much enjoy those.
I know a lot of people that played it, but not that many people that actually like finished it.
Why?
I don't know.
I actually, I've seen that feedback. Whether it's 1 or 2, I can't remember. But people are like, yeah, when the aliens show up, it gets stupid.
I was gonna say when the
like,
enemies changed, but I didn't remember what they changed to.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the same problem in Far Cry. It's the exact same problem. Have you ever played the original Far Cry?
I've watched you play it, but no.
Yeah, it's the exact same problem. You start out fighting. Well, I don't know. Are you gonna play it?
Probably not.
Okay, whatever. You start out fighting humans, and then you end up fighting like these.
This happens in like
these insufferable, like rocket absorbing monsters. Like you can hit them in the face with a rocket like 3 times. It's like, okay, they're made of flesh and bone. Like, come on.
It should still work. This is such a consistent theme, and I don't know why. I find it interesting that Warhammer Space Marine 40K 2 whatever, it does it the other way around. You start fighting the weird aliens, and then you end the game fighting more humanoid things, and it starts weaker and ends stronger. It's like, what?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't count Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's 3rd person. But I did finish that.
Anyways.
So Half-Life 3. Good luck, everybody. It's not going to be Half-Life 3. It's going to be Alex 2, or it's going to be like a remaster or something.
Yeah.
Valve doesn't make new Half-Life.
Boy, can you imagine if they made a remaster, though? Like, I think that would really be what would help to see if it's actually worth their time, is if they made a remaster of Half-Life 1 and 2 and just made it as like the Half-Life experience, the Half-Life package or something. That would be wild and crazy. Because it might also help to show the actual interest in a brand new Half-Life game, since it has been so long. And I think it would be worth their time to actually do that. Kind of maybe in the same vein, Left 4 Dead. At the same time, Left 4 Dead already has a really, really solid player base and modding community. Although maybe it would be a good thing. It's old. It's on an old engine. Maybe it would be a good idea. Maybe it would help to reinvigorate the whole situation. As if they, okay, come on, thingy. It would help to reinvigorate players. Oh, wow, Maggie, you're here and have to immediately clock back in? What the heck? You should have seen this video about AI taking over advertisers and what's being advertised to you. It's freaking the worst ever, actually. But hey, Half-Life 1 and 2 remaster possibly, maybe? Or maybe it's just this is a Half-Life Alyx game. Which probably would still be good. The bit I've played of Half-Life Alyx in VR was just... oh, very, very fun. But if you're going back in, I will talk to you really soon. Because I like your face and your everything. Because you're pretty amazing. And I love you. Hee hee. What? It didn't notify you? I'm sorry about that. That makes it not very cool. I don't know. I'll have to see if maybe there was a setting that I didn't toggle, but it should have notified you. Huh. If you have notifications from my channel anyways. Yeah, thank you. Well, if you have to go back in, I will be here presently, and I'll talk to you really soon, okay? Unless you have a little bit of time, in which case, yeah. No, not your phone. Oh, speaking of phone, we're done charging. I'm really worried about everyone in LA. Good luck at the workplace. I'll tell you if I get any more news about my work stuff. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to pull you. And I love you, and you're cute, and I like your face. Hee hee. Am I referencing 21 Pilots when I say that? I don't know. Hey, dungeon. Oh, never mind. Okay. Getting these guys all turned in real fast. I maybe should make... The stream is a little on the slow side. So if I like... I'm going to say this and... I'm going to... Hold on. I'm going to say this at the same time. Okay. I'm going to say... I'm saying a word. What is the delay? I typed it in. Let's see how long... I'm seeing how long it takes. Let's see how long. Oh, that was maybe like 5 seconds? The Forlorn Spire. Who are all these tanks who just don't want to do this? One more time. Boop, 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 boop. Who are all these tanks who just don't want to do this? One more time. Boop, 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 boop. All right, I'm just going to say out of safety 10 seconds. That's a 10-second delay. Which, to be honest, I don't really mind a 10-second delay. I'm kind of more in the mind of I want the quality of the stream to be highest because I want to possibly be pulling stuff from the stream. Whoa, I know this place. Oh my goodness.
My name's Tate.
Make that go away, please. All right, sure.
But some companies are starting to break away from the pack and set new standards for sustainability and innovation. These companies aren't just cutting back on emissions and waste, but are reinventing their entire life cycle of their products. And who they are may surprise you. But it's not just about cleaning up their act. Many of the clever solutions being implemented also help the bottom line. Everything from using more recycled materials to using cutting-edge technologies for a more nimble manufacturing system. I even had a chance to see some of this firsthand. For a greener, more sustainable future, industry is going to have to make some big changes. How can it be done? And more importantly, can they even achieve it? I'm Matt Farrell. Welcome to Undecided. This video is brought to you by BMW. As many of you already know from my previous videos, I'm a fan of EVs, solar panel technology, and energy storage for the home. That, plus the many other technologies that are available to us, make it easier for each of us as individuals to clean up our acts. But that will only get us so far. It's going to take big industries to make a substantial difference in finding a more sustainable way forward. For instance, in 2022, global e-waste reached a record 62 million metric tons, which is an 82% increase from 2010. And projections are saying that we're going to hit 82 million metric tons by 2030. Vehicle manufacturing, particularly the painting process, consumes a significant amount of water resources. And shipping all of those consumer electronics and cars around, they contribute approximately 3% of global CO2.
I don't know if I did what I meant to do there. I feel like I kind of just like I think I just like randomly went into that fight without much thought there, and I was just like, oh, pull everything. And I think I went into retail mode there for a second. Wow. That was super weird. What? What was that pathing? Hello? That was interesting. We're so good. We're probably making the healer so happy right now. Unbelievable. Come here, you. $24K? Definitely big damage. Good big damage.
Emissions, not to mention the incredible air pollution that's created by ships burning heavy fuel oil. Now, before I jump into what some companies are doing about this, I want to make it clear that the cool stuff I'm about to hit on is not a get-out-of-jail-free card for any company. There's still a long way to go in all of this, but I do find what the companies are doing pretty exciting. It's showing that there is a path forward. So to kick things off,
hey guys, did you know some drivers are ditching their car insurance and they're doing this instead? Now, the reason why you may be overpaying for car insurance...
Oh my god. Now, the reason you might be overpaying for car insurance, I'm doing an advertisement. I'm going to make sure I'm making as much time to make the money I need to live and pay my family. Okay, moving on.
we're on trees. And yet Apple is blazing trails in sustainability. Aiming to become a carbon neutral business by 2030, Apple has been steadily re-engineering its products and packaging to reduce waste and incorporate recycled materials. The company is famous for the sleek aluminum bodies of its phones, tablets, and computers, a metal that's not only durable, but also endlessly recyclable. Only recently, though, has Apple engineered an alloy from 100% recycled aluminum that meets design performance standards. That means the enclosures for the Mac Studio, Mac Mini, MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, and iPad are now crafted entirely from recycled aluminum. In 2023, 71% of aluminum across Apple's product lines was recycled, resulting in a 68% reduction in aluminum-associated emissions compared to 2015 levels. Given the environmental and human costs...
Oh my goodness, we pulled a few.
Mineral content as possible is recouped, recycled, and repurposed. In 2023, more than half of the cobalt and nearly 1/4 of the lithium in Apple product batteries come from post-industrial and post-consumer recycled scrap. That same year, roughly a quarter of the gold in Apple products, from the plating on printed circuit boards to the USB-C connector in the iPhone 15, came from certified recycled sources. And Apple boosted its recycled tungsten content to 99%.
Rogue.
Hold up a MacBook Air with M3
Druid.
and half the weight in your hand is recycled material. Some of it may have even come from a previous Apple product that was collected through the company's trade-in program and disassembled by an employee following directions from an augmented reality system.
I guess we're pulling it. Hard to concentrate. I'm trying to like pay attention to multiple things, and I have to pay attention to a lot of stuff in the game. I already have that set. Druid, Rogue. Then get enough damage in. Wish the tank was holding stacks, but no, that doesn't make sense. The tank shouldn't need to be holding stacks. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay, Nick. That was dark command. That was very bad timing. I understand now why you wouldn't wait until the very last second to move. Wow. Lol. Don't worry, guys. I'll help bring everything to you so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, he's got kind of a cool set going on for transmog. All right.
Or perhaps the materials came from one of the 29 iPhone models that Daisy, Apple's custom-designed robot, can disassemble into individual components for recycling. Of course, Apple's famously sleek products are known for their equally slick packaging, but product packaging is responsible for nearly half of the global plastic waste each year. To reach its goal of carbon neutrality, Apple has reduced plastic in its packaging to just 3% in 2023. The company is now aiming for 100% fiber-based packaging, which is achieved with the fall 2024 Apple Watch lineup. It might seem risky for a brand that's known for premium unboxing experiences to switch to more sustainable packaging materials. But Apple is keeping it classy by printing labels directly on its boxes and overcoating it with varnish, instead of adding a plastic laminate or separate label. These painted labels ensure that branded packaging can break down like cereal boxes in municipal waste streams. Apple is also ensuring that its fibers used in their packaging come from recycled paper, responsibly managed forests, bamboo, and even sugarcane waste. And taking its commitment even further, Apple is teaming up with RISE Research Institutes of Sweden to develop a wood pulp-based foam for product protection during shipping. It's a material
I'm doing my best to make sure that we're moving good and quick here. Ain't nobody got time for that. I know what I'm doing. What's his other? Okay, cool. He's on it. Come on, tank. Taunt the boss. You can do it. I know you can. Oh my gosh, she's lost aggro to the healer. Oh no. Hold him for longer. This healer probably should say something. This is what I would do, is like hold him there for basically as long as you can. And we're done. Gosh, this could be done in seconds if we just hecking did it.
designed to be
With
tossed
some
to the recycling
confidence.
bin alongside paper. Now, Apple isn't the only company taking steps to reduce packaging waste and go sustainable.
I want to know. Have you
Oh my god. Oopsie. Oh man, it's about to get spicy. Come on, baby. Yeah. Come on, tank. I have enough time to heal. I'm still in it? Dang. This is a long ad. It's a good thing I have it muted. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Come on, buddy. There, I picked up aggro. Oh, what? I didn't press it. Pause you for a sec. Oh my goodness sakes. What is happening over here? All right, why is that on? Let's turn that off. DBM announcements. None. We don't need that going. A little annoying. Oh, what? I've never pulled this group before. What a twist. Ice. I think that that guy got shadow prisoned. Bonk. Hey, he's up. Here we go. Moving on. Any second now. Oh my god, he's pulling both. Okay. Switch this over and we're ready to go. Get him! Get him! Arr! Arr! Oh my god. You have to hold aggro on everything, mister. Here we go. Pass, a bow. Hey, witching hourglass. I wonder if the paladin got it. Need roll witching hourglass. Hey, the paladin got the witching hourglass. Good for him. $14.10. Wonder how much I need. Hooray! Any second now. Any second. Alright. Oh, shoot, we're still
and gave some
muted.
incredible access to things I and while BMW is sponsoring this video, I only agreed to work with the company because there are some
BMW?
very cool things I thought you'd like to see.
Oh.
Like I said in the beginning, none of what I'm covering in this video gives any companies a get out of jail free card.
Oh, that's a lot of dislikes. What is this? All of Apple's manufacturing means nothing as long as their products aren't repairable. Yeah, they can't control everything when it comes to the repairability. Wow. Yeah, I'm good. The comments give me enough information to kind of go over this. They're all working on increasing their ability to recycle their own products, but they don't want to actually allow right to repair kind of stuff, which is horrendous. That would be an amazing way to make stuff easily repairable, is if we could bring the parts that we no longer can use back to them. But no. Let's prevent right to repair. So we can funnel more money out of people for replacing their products. If it's not easy and accessible to repair your stuff, people are gonna throw things away. So, yeah, this is a problem.
ENY's excited to be
What?
teaming up with NVIDIA.
No. No. Bang. Yep.
What's happening? Oh, wow. What the? That's cool. That's really cool. What the hell? Okay. Damn it. I think that is the power. What the hell? Config 2. That's interesting. Okay. Let's find a strong inductor. Structural. I need a structural inductor to pull on. We got something NVIDIA didn't release. It's gigantic. This is an unknown cooler of unknown origin with an actual functioning GPU in it, and you can see clear through it, which means the PCB is not where the PCB normally goes. The PCB is here. It's flat. Don't show that side. It has a sticker on it. It's flat, and don't worry about it. And on the bottom,
What?
the PCB is here. It's flat. Don't show that side. It has the sticker on it. It's flat, and don't
Wow.
worry about it. And on the bottom, the GPU PCB ends up actually parallel with the motherboard. Never seen it before done on a video card. So we're going to be testing this. We were able to work with a viewer to get a hold of this card. For perspective, this is a 4090 FE cooler, and this side we can show. And this is them stacked on top of each other. The prototype cooler is huge. It's actually bigger than the EVGA unreleased, not a 4090. This entire cooler is an enigma. It's impressive in its performance. It wasn't released. It might be for a Titan Ada or a 4090 Ti, but it appears to have a 4090 and the same memory spec of one. We think this was a prototype test vehicle for NVIDIA, and the extremely tiny, extremely dense PCB with 100% flow-through area deserves exploration. That's why we did thermals. We're also going to do, why am I yelling? We're also going to do testing in our hemi-anechoic chamber, which is very quiet. And this is the hydraulic lens. We've used this many
Oh my
times.
gosh.
It's for special situations like
They're
this.
doing Schlieren imaging.
We're currently looking at the air density gradient. As I film this right now, I actually don't know exactly what GPU is in here. And so we're going to open it on camera. We've completed all of our thermal testing. I have a pretty good idea of what it is. And I think it's going to boil down to the story. Is this cooler? It's pretty heavy. Don't show that side. We brought you this video with store.gamersaccess.net, and all of our in-depth testing is funded by the audience. Our brand new
Hooray.
Disappointment Tour 2024 t-shirts are on the store now with an oxidized waterfall of sand on the front in an, actually fittingly, FE hourglass design that's been rusted through by the Intel CPU that sits inside of it.
Yeah.
And then on the back, we continue that overgrowth theme with the 2024 featuring a CPU-shaped Zero and a whole lot of disappointments for the year in computer hardware. These are available in 100% cotton and a highly breathable tri-blend. And you can also grab the dice kits on our store, like our e-waste inductor dice, which have actual inductors embedded within the dice kits, and our Snowflake the Cat dice. You can grab all of that and more to support our work directly and help fund our in-depth testing efforts and our reporting on store.gamersnexus.net. Thank you for your help. So this is the stage the card will be in.
Those dice, low-key, amazing. I want that a lot.
Is the user who came into possession of this card originally offered it to us, I think like 2 years ago or a year ago or something, a long time ago. It was a long time in the making. We finally got it. It has appeared on Reddit. It's appeared on all the rumor and leak sites over the years, and it's been called mostly a 4090 Ti or a Ada, and in the very least a test vehicle for cooler design. So it's a very unique piece of hardware, and it is a prototype. Now, we don't know
specifically what the GPU is on this because it doesn't carry the normal branding, but we can look into it today. Okay, so now we get to the fun part. All of the testing is already done, but we're gonna move this forward in the video because it's the most interesting. I need to know what is in this video card. So we're gonna disassemble this. I have not disassembled one of these before. I have zero guidance. There's no guides on the internet. We're gonna learn this together. And the most interesting
Chaos
thing
complete.
right now. So inside of this card, can you see it, Vitaly?
Yes.
There's a fan. And so there's this fan, and then there's the fan on the back here on the rear, and then there's a central fan, which is really interesting. And so they cram that in there. And you know, I just remember noticing that at first. I was like, oh, okay, cool, there's 3 fans. I was like, wait, what? Where's the PCB? Here, it's flat. And so I think it probably stops about here. It connects to this. The PCIe slot is actually metal, so it's not just PCB, which is really interesting. And I think that's probably because they have to make a turn. They're making like a 90-degree turn or something from the flat PCB on the bottom. There's a piece of metal, and then it's got the gold pins on it. So really unique design. Let's do an exterior walk around of this thing before I take it apart. Just for reference, this doesn't have a PCB in it right now. The thickness of the FE is about 60 millimeters, and the thickness of this card is 80 millimeters. It's 20 millimeters thicker. It's one more slot, which you can see here, where it's got this.
It'll be fine. I'll just take that in.
Full slot PCIe bracket, which is going to give it some crazy rigidity, at least at the back of the case. And then we'll do the fan measurements too. I think those might be, are they identical? That's about 110 mil, same diameter fans. So it's got a single 12 volt high power, it's a 16 pin. There's some damage on it, just wear and tear. There is a stamp on it for RTX 4090, which is what I think this is based on GPU-Z and based on the power behavior, but we can't really know until we fully dismantle it. Another thing I'm noticing is just looking through it, clear through a B-roll shot's gonna be better for this, but there's a ton of heat pipes in there. The top is actually blocked off too, so that looks obstructed from here. So it looks like it's just a lot of surface area and air is going straight through, like it shoots out conically or something out the back. So they're going for raw flow through on this. And then on the back, there's a large flow through exit for that fan over there. So, okay, let's try and figure out how the hell to take this apart. Obvious place for screws is here. Now normally these just release the PCIe bracket and nothing actually that interesting. I'm gonna track all these screws. You can just pull the whole thing straight out of the card like a unibody, but no such luck. I am, however, noticing that
this is a cool video. Perhaps maybe this is what the 4090 needed to be to handle the cooling. At the same time, why so big? Okay.
this, well, and that. Oh, what's happening?
He clanked.
Oh, wow. What the? That's cool. That's really cool. What the hell? Okay, that is pretty crazy. It's just instant access from the PCIe slot. All right, let's look at the
Oy.
came off. So this is actual. I mean, it's metal. It's not like plastic BS. They've got what looks like one of those canvasy pads, kind of like what Fuji Poly would sell for the back of the GPU core there. So that pad imprints there, and that'll help pull some heat away from the GPU backside to the plate down here and utilize that surface area. They've got one pad over here for a controller. That's gonna be that one. And we've also got our next screws revealed. This is crazy already. Wow, I'm like actually really interested in this. I wonder if this caused any problems for SSDs or anything in the motherboard. We didn't look at that aspect.
Well, you are losing all of your freaking PCIe slots if you put this in.
A fan cable here, and then a
So if you do anything like a Wi-Fi card, you're just like out of luck. You better hope that you are wired or your motherboard comes with a Wi-Fi built in. Why is it always this one? It's really weird. I feel like I've gotten this out of like the last 5 times I've done this daily. I've gotten this every single time. This is wild.
cable here looks like it's gonna be LEDs, maybe fan. That's a fan. No, that's LED. That's what that is. It's a two pin. So that's LED. Maybe this is control, and then that's another fan. So we're gonna disconnect all those first.
Okay.
Maybe I should mark these.
And get the fishing started, and then I can switch over.
Okay.
Takes it apart. Look at that. Graphics card and all the screws. So many screws. Oh my good. Oh.
Didn't work.
Oh no.
Trying to push on things to figure out where they give. Oh. Okay. That's promising. So that probably pops up.
This is chaos.
Off, I think, before the rest.
Oh my gosh.
There's a really tiny gap in the shroud here. And then there's another one over here somewhere. I can't see it from where I am. So what do we do about the middle piece?
Are they actually going to be able to get this apart? Okay.
Not really an area that feels particularly good.
Oh no.
There we go. Okay.
Oh.
Broke anything? Oh no, it needs to go like up and back. Let's find a strong inductor. Structural. I need a structural inductor to pull on. Only under it by like millimeters. I mean, clearly someone was prying here because this is beat up. Part of the shroud.
I was like, haven't you been crying on it? So it's beat up because of you?
Right, so I took a quick break and I asked Patrick to help. And after a lot of similar tinkering, he eventually narrowed down using a dental pick to hook the underside of the central X, which I've currently left a little bit propped up. And that's held on with magnets. Now, another way, I guess,
Magnets.
is, let's just pretend that's fully down, would be that. So we're back to the NVIDIA 30 series of fucking magnets. How do they work? But now, maybe there's access to this card. 2 Phillips heads to pattern.
He's going to unscrew some Phillips heads.
On a guide pin.
Reveal part of the shroud.
And it's glued. Okay. This is very elaborate.
So elaborate.
Screws. So there's a bunch of interlocking plates in here.
Hey, swim speed potion. That's what we're looking for.
Torques. Finally made it. Okay. The most annoying piece is now gone. All right, so, wow, that's a hell of a pattern. Look at that. Oh, anyway, it's a small fin stack at the bottom here. I think the PCB is probably free now, but there's these screws too, so we'll probably just remove all those. This set is not going to be able to be touched by anybody until I put this card back together. All right, that's loose. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like you can't slide the shell off because it's going to get stuck by these, right? So can't just slide it. Not out of the woods yet. Oh, it's screwed in too. Oh shit. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. How do we get that? I don't know what I'm looking at. I can't reach it. So that's the piece.
Oh, that's the other side of the bolt or
Yeah.
the screw.
A hook or a latch. God damn it. Screwed in there too. What the yeah, it has to be unscrewed. Check this out. All right, so I can't, the problem is this has a screw going through it. I can't get rid of this PCIe foot, and we really need to try and avoid breaking this because it's probably like pretty close to one of a kind. And so I tried to unsocket it, but then I looked inside and there's a screw holding the stuff in, so I can't get to it. I don't know what your shot's gonna be of that, but I found a screw in here. Can you see it? And so that screw in there is what we need to take out next. That might allow us to remove this little cover guard. This thing, man, I don't know if this is going back together. This is going to be exceedingly difficult.
Oh no.
Watch the video in reverse. All right, so don't touch that. And then this comes out. Okay. And then now we have access to this screw. Oh my God. I mean, I know they're not building this for mass market. This is a prototype. Like, it's okay, but I'm starting to see where the cost is.
Oh no.
Like, the cooler is definitely expensive. The assembly is absolutely expensive. Okay. Are we free? Oh my gosh. Wow. Literal hours later. Let's see if we've managed to do that without breaking anything. We're good. Okay, so 309
Can we not have that piano? Thanks.
is the GPU number, I guess. We're just going to go ahead and remove this thing since it's so fragile and probably extremely unique. Okay, so this is a plate to hold it down. All right, and then is this just a socketed thing? So what they're doing is there's no PCIe slot traditionally. I mean, there kind of is, but the way they're getting it is by using this interface with a ton of tiny pins in it to seat this connector on top of it, and then you've got this metal foot, PCIe foot, with typical gold pins and the support foot and all that. So that's all standard. I don't know if they chose metal because it was custom and that was easier, signal integrity or rigidity. I'm not sure what their reasons might have been. Thermal, there's a lot of reasons. I would guess mostly comes down to what they do for prototyping. Uses that process already. So, all of that to unveil what is actually a pretty heavy, tiny PCB. It's a very thick PCB. I don't know what the layer count is, obviously. But I guess we can wash off that die. And that's a PTM, I think, on it. Let's just clean that up. All right, moment of truth. Pretty sure it's a 4090 based on software, but it could just be that there's no driver that exists for what it is. Well, I don't know what the fuck that is. That's not a normal SKU. Taiwan manufacturing, that's the TW. 2221A1, U8B034. This is unfortunately not an identifier that would be known to the public. I'm gonna look this up. This is so heavy.
Everything I'm showing today are very heavy.
Well, I'm having trouble finding a
Wow.
reference to this. The testing process for something like this is difficult because for software,
Wow.
relying on what
Just realized where I'm at on camera.
about the device, and they could be wrong if the VBIOS is either intentionally written to be misleading or is
Put
just
this over
wrong,
here.
or it's a prototype, so who knows. So it says 4090 and everything, and it says 24 gigabytes of memory, which is correct for a 4090. We're just going to go ahead and count really quick to make sure. So modules, we have 1, 2, 10, 11, 12. That would be 24 gigabytes. So that makes sense. This, I'm struggling to find a reference for beyond some quadros and some other outliers. So unfortunately, that doesn't mean anything to me. 309, this is something we've seen a lot on GPUs in the past, like EVGAs back in the day when they would identify them and bin them and things like that. The PCB is really crazy. I mean, one of the things with something like this is the density is stupid high, so they're going to deal with a lot of heat in a very small area, which probably the thickness of this PCB is a part of. Now, maybe they would do cost savings if they brought it to production and bring some of that down, but the density is a challenge here because they've got the memory completely flanking with zero distance, really, the GPU, and then the VRM is densely packed in here, multiple layers of it, where you've got like kind of two full sets of VRM components going all the way out, and so it's a really unique design, and it works brilliantly. In the thermal testing we did, it was phenomenal. So well done to NVIDIA's team. Made in USA for the PCB. That's abnormal. PG-137. Video cards in 2023 had a headline, NVIDIA PG-137 Titan Ada GPU with 48 gigabytes of memory spotted during shipping. This was January 2023, 2 years ago. It's a shipping manifest, and the shipping manifest said, it did say 137. It called it test unit for development and testing purposes. That might be one of these. Like this, one of these might be the... So they thought it was going to be a Titan. I mean, they say this could mean that Titan is not blah, blah, blah. If this is a Titan, the only way for me to know is going to be if someone at NVIDIA sends us an email to tips@gamersnexus.net with a VBIOS that
Hint,
would
hint.
work on this, that we would keep secure. Because otherwise, it is currently flashed as a 4090. If it is or isn't a Titan, I really have no way to prove it at this time. As for the memory, we could look that up and see if it's higher density. So I'm going to look up Micron. This is GDR6X, 16 gigabit packaging, 8 bits in a byte. Yeah, it's 24 gig, so it's not 48. So these are 2 gigabyte modules, and there's 12 of them, which Probably makes it a 4090, but that's okay. It's still, the PCB is probably usable for the Ada or the Titan Ada or whatever, and that's probably where they got the naming. It performs so insanely well, and what we're looking at here is a gigantic nickel-plated block on the bottom that's kind of stupid thick. You can see here.
Thick.
Oh, there's a screw. I can't
Yeah.
see
This
what
thing
kind
is,
of screw
it's
it is.
dummy thick, is what he's trying to say.
Nice.
It's an old meme now.
And driver to the rescue. You can get these on the store too. Wow, that's a big expensive piece of aluminum is what that is. This has seen some stuff. So, all right. They've got the Mylar in here holding down all these different cables, some glue of varying types. So there's a wire. This runs up and in. That illuminates this LED. That's an LED. That runs and plugs into the back of the PCB. I think that is the power. What the hell? Yeah, that's the power right there. So 12-volt high power. And then that's feeding into these fat wires. They're pretty rigid. So you've got these two large ones and then some sense pins in the middle, 4 sense pins. So actually this, I think, is the sense pins on the 12 plus 4. It is 4 of them. And then that's your 12 volts. Well, one of them's 12, one's ground. Like, I wonder how much this was an intentional solution for power and how much of it was we have. Nope. So there's the
Big cooler. Cool many things.
bunch of screws in here if we wanted to take that.
The gist, I believe.
Yeah, there's heat pipes everywhere. That's why it's doing so well. Okay, so this is genuine. I'm like actually really impressed. This has been a lot of fun. It's been frustrating in some ways, but not in ways that matter. If this were a retail product, I'd probably have complaints about making it easy to
Size.
open up or something. It's a prototype. My best guess is this. A couple things. So you can flash a vBIOS onto a card and call it anything you want, especially if you're on NVIDIA. So I think it's a 4090 based on every piece of evidence we have. The low clocks are a little suspicious, but if it's a pre-production prototype, that might just fit. And regardless of what the GPU is, this does appear to me to be a test board possibly for some other card that didn't come out. And the cooler is obviously, it's a real test platform that they were working on. It's very impressive in the cooling, as you'll see in a little bit. There's not really wasted space here. It's a weird spot to be in, because normally I look at NVIDIA coolers and it's just criticism after criticism after criticism. And even if they work pretty well, normally there's just a lot of stuff that's kind of at a consumer level. You look at it, you're just like, this is just kind of wasteful or dumb or hard to maintain or whatever. And there's partner models that can do it better, often for about the same price. Now that has been happening less over the years. The 40 series, that was much less true, where the 40 series, NVIDIA managed to really kind of fix a lot of those problems. This, yes, the disassembly was challenging. The thermals are pretty unbeatable for air, and there's no wasted space here. It's all cooler. So it's like, what was it, 4 or 5 slots or whatever of just cooler. There's not a bunch of plastic bullshit appendages that waste space and don't cool anything. In terms of things like the heat pipe count, if we just count down one side here, 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, it's going to be similar, the same over here. I'm not sure exactly where they terminate or if there's any that are routed in there that I can't see the end of. It is a lot of heat pipes, and it is the most I've ever seen where they've got them in this like columned approach, like pillars, straight up and down. Wrapping the teardown is I'm very impressed. We're going to get into thermals in a moment. I already know what they are because we already tested at this point. And I feel like I can't really do the PCB and the cooler justice in this particular video because there's so much to talk about and we just don't know enough. I need to go ask the people who designed some of this stuff what the intent of some of it is. I could sit here and speculate on it all day long.
Oh, 7 pyrite? Wow.
A day we're going to have that opportunity because we're paying to fly out there. So anyway, we'll try and get a follow-up. Hopefully I can get it. And regardless, we'll have 50 series stuff, I'm sure, coming up to talk about soon. So really fun teardown. Let's get over to the rest of the benchmarks and wrap this thing up. Now we're moving to thermal testing. For this testing, we're comparing mostly against the 4090 Founders Edition, the sort of normal one, I guess you call it at this point. And we're doing this noise normalized in some situations, power normalized in some, frequency normalized, and also just auto, and letting VBIOS do whatever VBIOS wants to do. So we have a lot of different tests of that. And then we also have some EVGA 4090 FTW3 tests, just because it is also a prototype of a 40 class card. So we're mostly using 3D Mark Port Royal 4K looping for the benchmark, and we're monitoring power for the whole test. Let's get into it. The first chart shows the results for a 426 watt to 450 watt heat load when running Port Royal on loop for 30 minutes. This result shows the device after it's reached steady state thermal conditions with an ambient difference of only plus or minus 1 degree Celsius. The GPU temperature on the prototype cooler is an unbelievably impressive 46.6 degrees Celsius at 450 watts.
Wow.
Approximate 68 to 69 degrees
That's
of the original
way
2050
different
GPU.
than
21 degree
the base 490. This cooler is way too big for a consumer product. It's just not feasible unless it was like specifically marketed for someone who didn't want to use any other PCIe slots, but that's legitimately really good performance.
Celsius reduction against the final card, which isn't something we've really ever seen before in an air cooler. And really, to emphasize here, we have not seen a temperature improvement this drastic on GPUs without going to liquid. With liquid, yes, but not like this. NVIDIA cooked up something very impressive with this prototype design. The hotspot temperature was 52.2 degrees on the prototype for a delta against the 46.6 degree average of 5.6 degrees Celsius. This is a very tight grouping and also shows quality. The 4090 FE ran at 76 to 77 degrees Celsius for the hotspot. Memory temperature ran at 56 degrees for the prototype cooler, with the original FE card at about 69 to 70 degrees Celsius, depending on which test we ran and the memory load. This is comparable data. The prototype with a 95% power target got to the same 426 watt power draw as the FE card when left stock, which should theoretically give us directly comparable results. The prototype does run at a lower frequency overall, but the power load is the same here. Now, just in case the lower operating frequency of the prototype significantly reduced the temperature despite the same power load, we also ran this extra test. We've added a 600 watt load total to this chart with a heavy overclock that managed to get the prototype up to about the same frequency as the stock 4090 FE in this test. We might be able to OC it higher, we haven't tried, but this achieves our purposes. This normalizes for frequency, more or less, and it increases the power significantly. And even in this scenario, the prototype is far superior than NVIDIA's actual shipping design, even when the retail model is only at 426 watts versus 600 on this.
Wow.
That's impressive. Increasing the power by this much has a noticeable impact on thermals. The prototype is now 56 degrees for the GPU, up from 45 previously, and by a feat of engineering, it's still below the 68 to 69 degree result of the 4090 FE final design. The hotspot also climbs to 63 degrees, with memory at 60. Even when overclocked and at 600 watts to the board, the cooler outperforms the retail model. This is impressive data. So now we have controlled for power and for frequency, but we haven't controlled for the most important thing, which is going to be noise. And in the noise chamber, what we're going to do is compare the cards noise normalized. So basically what we're trying to do is establish if they are the same noise level, then how do they perform thermally compared to each other? That allows us to now eliminate not only the frequency variable, which we've already done, the power variable, which we've done, but the last one, which is just how loud is it. And because this card's so much larger and it can run so much cooler, the benefit should appear in acoustic performance. Whereas with the 4090 FE, if we drop the fan speeds to noise normalized to the larger cooler here, it's going to perform disproportionately worse. And that's just because it doesn't have as much surface area and it's not moving as much air. So that's a natural advantage for the fancier of the two coolers. Now for this test, what we're using is this Hemi anechoic chamber. Hemi means that the floor is solid in this situation, and the chamber is built using these 24-inch deep wedges, and these are a metal wedge, which means that as the sound waves hit the wedges, they'll break apart, and the higher frequencies will mostly get sort of trapped in the wall without any echo, hence the anechoic part, so they don't come back. The lower frequency, there's a cutoff of 150 hertz, but this floor is also on springs, which might, there you go right there. Take a look at that light.
Wow. Touch spring.
Real high quality
Wow, that
sounds.
scanned really
So
fast. There is not
honestly,
much on the
really
auction
high
house.
springs which allows us to isolate for sort of world noise. If there's something going on out there, it doesn't influence our testing. That allows us to control the environment day to day and get really precise testing, and we don't have to kind of build our schedule around what's happening outside in the world. And all this was possible because of your support on store.gamersnexus.net, grabbing things like these shirts, and on patreon.com/gamersnexus. So thanks for all that help, and let's get into the testing data. When normalizing to 25 dBA in the chamber, which is where the prototype was already running, we observed that the 4090 FE's temperature increased to about 76.9 degrees Celsius for the GPU core. This is a result of slowing the fan speeds to reduce the noise levels, thus reducing the efficacy of the cooler. The gap is now nearly 30 degrees against the 426-watt prototype at the same noise levels and with the 95% power target. This means we have eliminated all controllable variables. The fan speeds are fixed to a certain target noise level, 31.5 dBA entry for a comparison reference, and the power levels are also fixed to ensure the same power load on the card. This makes the prototype cooler impressively, you call it efficient for the noise level, if you want to think of it that way. NVIDIA created a monster for cooling performance with this prototype.
Jeez.
The memory ran much warmer with the lower fan speed, up at 77 degrees for the original 4090 FE to the prototype's 55. But we can compare this to another prototype we have, which is the EVGA 4090 FTW3, although they call it EVGA Next Gen Graphics. Technically, it wasn't an NVIDIA branded product, but that's what it is. We reviewed this a while ago, did a teardown on it. Really interesting and unique card. It was the last thing they made in video cards. They made about 20 of them.
Not receiving enough video.
Huge cooler. We're doing the same round of testing. Here's the numbers. Now we're back to the auto fan speed chart. EVGA's card.
What am I dropping frames for?
The 4090 FE at the same power level when left to auto fan control. The EVGA 4090 FTW3 prototype, which is our name for it and not theirs.
I need to bring it down again. That's a big. I've lost a lot of frames. Huh. Wonder what happened there. Well, let me take a quick look at my I need to start watching what's actually happening with my performance here. I shouldn't be dropping that many frames. That's really strange. Did I bring it down to 9,000 after all? Zero, zero, zero. Still dropping frames. Whoa, that's a massive drop. Okay, we're back. What the heck was that about? It might have been happening there because I just changed a setting in OBS, but yeah, video encode isn't having issues. Let me try upping the actual speed of encoding. So right now I have it set to slow. I can set it to slower and see what happens. High quality tuning, 2/4 resolution. Yeah, profile main. Want all that. Alright, I'm going to switch it to slower and see what happens. So I might have a second where it doesn't do so well. I see a slight bump in video. Oh my goodness. Wait, did that happen because I switched back to the game? The video encode is still totally fine. Interesting. Okay. So maybe I need to be doing something very different with how I'm actually processing this stuff. Alright, let me get some of this stuff on here. Just sell one. Oh, it doesn't even take that much. Those on there. And if I want to buy No Fault Ink, what do we see for prices? 55 gold? For a stack of 12. What do I need to make? Parts. Azure Pigment. I forget what the Northrend herbs are. Can I look for herbs specifically? No. Okay, I gotta look this up on a website quick. Wowhead, Kata. Nope, not Wowhead, Kata. We're doing Wow Professions. Kata, inscription. There should be a guide here for... Okay. Ice Thorn. Lich Bloom. Fire Leaf. Tiger Lily. Adder's Tongue. Dead Nettle. Gold Clover. And Talandra. I gotta go to herb. If I do herbalism guide, where are you at? Gold Clover, Borean Tundral. Adder's Tongue. Let's try Adder's Tongue, see what happens. See if we have enough out of there. How are we doing on the encode? Is lower. What? No. Let's take a look. Is it really? I don't think it's bad though. I need to be at 4800 hertz audio. Good. Default. Then we got to have our output set to 256, which is what I want. Good. Very good. Let's leave it here. See if we have any run into any issues. Oh, open all that stuff. Do I have Adder's Tongue in here already? See if I can not avoid running into a wall. No, I don't have anything. Curious. Okay. Mill that stuff. Icy Pigment already. Nice. Here we go. Oh, wow. Very nice. Holy shoot. It's Christmas. Wow. Well, that went very well. Okay. Get into parts. Boy, I wish this was a bigger page. The power of an add-on would probably fix that. Inscribe, Northrend Research, create that stuff. We got a successful thing. Hooray. Let's get back into parts. No Fault Ink. Ink of the Sea. And we'll go buy another thingy. Cool. Well, that worked out great. Just buy Adder's Tongue and call it a day. What did I get? Stamina? Ew. I buy from this guy because it's cheaper because I've got Stormwind reputation. Okay. So now we are donezo. I'm going to switch over to Helldivers. Let's finish this video, but I suppose I could try. Let me take a look at this guy quick.
When tested using thermocouples, with the prototype still holding a 6-degree lead. EVJ's performance here was impressive though. This chart shows the frequency spectrum of the prototype at 25 dBA, or its auto setting, the 4090 FE at a matched 25 dBA, and the 4090 FE at its auto setting for the same workload, which was 31.5 dBA. The prototype had several areas of high spikes. There's a relatively large spike at 128 Hz, although technically below our chamber cutoff. This seems to be real. There's another massive spike at 275 Hz, one at 416 Hz, another around 1000 Hz, then 3 more at about 1500, 1700, and 1900 Hz. Although overall quiet, this prototype isn't as gradual in its ramp and deramp of the frequencies as we see on refined finals. Adding the FE at the same noise levels, we actually get something pretty cool. The spike in the 128 Hz range happens again, showing us that this is real behavior. The spike at 270 Hz also repeats, also slightly shifted. Some spikes are trimmed, like the 3 at 1500, 1700, 1900, while some are gained, like a new one at 674 Hz. Overall, the profile on these is similar, but shifted about 5 to 10 Hz to the left in some of the spikes. Noise levels in the higher frequencies are also down overall. Adding the 4090 FE with its auto speed, which runs louder, the entire profile shifts up for the noise levels. We can see the spikes shift to the right and toward higher frequencies, as the fan speeds are higher, which typically correlate with louder high frequencies. Just to check on the performance, we also ran some gaming tests. If the card is a 4090, we'd expect it to be the same as a modern 4090, or slightly worse. In Black Myth Wukong at 4K with FSR quality and RT enabled, we found the prototype 4090s run at 62 FPS average against our recently tested 65 FPS results on the Cybertank model 4090. These are pretty close, considering one is a prototype and one's retail. It doesn't appear to be some magically superior model. There's about a 5% gap here. In Dying Light 2 at 4K, the prototype performed notably worse and measured at 82 FPS average to the retail model's 92 FPS average. This gives the retail unit an advantage of 11%, which is much larger than what you'd see card to card from something like a pre-overclock. The prototype is simply running below any other RTX 4090 frequency that we've seen here, which isn't a crazy thing for a prototype to do. Next is Dragon's Dogma 2 at 4K and with ray tracing enabled. In this test, we saw the same pattern. The retail model is about 11% higher frame rate than the prototype card. We can stop the game testing here because we've established a pattern that shows that we might just have a pre-production test board, and as a result, it doesn't perform as well as the retail model, which isn't that surprising. But it does answer that, at least with the drivers we have from public drivers, it's not some mythical 4090 Ti. Maybe those are out there, or maybe this could do something if it had some kind of unlocked driver, but that's not what we have. So that's it for now. I'm really impressed with the cooling. I worked with Patrick a little bit on this, so he did the acoustic testing for it, and then he also helped with the teardown when I got stuck. And so between the two of us, we were able to figure out how to take it apart. I mean, we could have done it faster, but it did take a few hours, and it's because we're trying to make sure it can go back together and that it all works. So it looks like it's in good shape. It is not an easy card to take apart one time. I don't know that you'd ever get particularly good at this one, honestly. It's a lot of different screws, but very interesting design, and I think concerning again for NVIDIA's partners, the same reason the FE was when it started getting good, which is that they start to sort of take part of what the partners provide, except they do it direct to consumer, and they don't have to pay markup on GPUs for their own products like the partners do. So they've got all this extra room to play with in the price for stupid expensive coolers that no one else would be able to justify because they've got to pay for the GPU at the full price. And so that kind of makes it a little interesting. Now, why they didn't ship this, we don't know. We're filming this about 30 minutes before the 50 series announcements, and I don't have any pre-briefing. My understanding is that that is also going to have some pretty interesting cooling solutions on the market, but we know nothing about them right now. And so I'm sure we'll be talking about that. This video is going up after all that, so you'll see separate coverage on that once we know more. But anyway, very interesting. I want to do more with this. I might just reassemble it and do an OC stream or something. I'm not really sure exactly. I'd like to work with some of the thermal engineers to learn more about the concept because it does really well. So that's it for this one. If you want to support us directly, you can go to store.gamersaccess.net to directly help us out with this type of reporting and in-depth testing. And it's your purchases that make it so that we can do all this cool stuff with.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. That. I have so many different ways that I play a paladin between all the different all my different retail versus cataclysm. It's a little frustrating. My gosh, no one's taking damage. Hmm. Whoa. Everybody stand in the poison. Gotta make sure everybody gets that. Oh, well, he's waterlogged. That's fine. I wonder what that does. Oh, that was bad. Not supposed to heal then. Oh, I can't heal. Let me heal, please. Does she live forever? Isn't she? What? There she goes. Seeing a bear go around like that. What do these do? Nature damage. Okay. Come here, you. I don't know what just happened to my brain there. It made it look like I was looking in way the wrong direction. Yep, there he goes. What do I have this up here still for? Oh, right, because... Yep. Now I have to rebuff people. I think, right? Nature damage per second. The whole slowing, dazing thing in dungeons is the worst. Oh, stop dazing me. It's a freaking dungeon. I'm not in the open world. Oh, it's so frustrating.
I purify these waters, the servants of filth will surely be stirred.
Oh my gosh. Keep forgetting what buttons to press. It's so hard to train my brain. Not the Veil of Shadow. No.
The beast has returned. It cannot pollute my waters.
I can just heal this paladin. It's fine.
Phase 2.
Oh, he was sitting in that. Get him. Wow. What a time. What a time. That was a fast one, though. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, what is oh, it's because the game was... I was like, what is happening to my game? Screen was all laggy there for a minute. Greasy whale milk. Delicious. Just missing the bow now? I don't use the bow. I'd have a higher chance of using a bow leveling a warrior than I would leveling a hunter. Oh, actually, let me go take a look at my heirlooms, though. Yeah, all I'm missing right now are PvP resilience gear. The legs weren't added until Pandaria. And the bow and PvP gears. Gun. Bow. Ward. You get a gun? You don't get a gun except for in PvP. And the Dread Pirate Ring, which I'd have to get doing the Kaluek Fishing Derby. Which I kind of wouldn't mind doing, but... it's a Sunday thing. I'm usually, like, recovering from the week on Sundays. So, I don't know. Staff of Jordan is freaking resilience gear. Heck. Yeah. Looking good, though. 1530. Alright, let's take a look. What's my... Wow, Kata, Ret, Pally, Prebis. What am I missing? I think right now I'm only missing the relic and something else. The neck. Relic and neck. Which are both worth 1250 valor. Which at the same time, it'd probably be better to just upgrade the, rather than doing that. Oh, the relic would be 700 and the trinket is, or the neck is 1250. So for valor value, it would be better to improve that. How much is that? Relic of Elemental Wards is 128, 114. I get 14. Yeah. 14 strength versus 201. And that's the Stoneheart Choker. 201. So it'd be more strength. Value proposition isn't good for valor to strength, but getting just more strength is superior. Plus I don't have to re-trinket something. Critical Strike Expertise. Critical Strike Expertise, 137. Technically, I can sell this then. Oh yeah, I'd get the Stoneheart Necklace anyways if I was going to be doing a tanking set. But I'm not going to because you can't do more than 2 specs. And I way prefer healing over tanking. Even though I like the speed, I like the control I have as a healer. I'm basically what makes sure the group can go as hard or slow as they want. And I really like that control. 365. 365. I think I just want... Alright, what's the set bonus for healing? Holy Shock has a 4% chance to grant you 6% of your base mana? Oh my. I don't hardly ever run out of mana, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, if I switch back over, what do I lose if I switched that? Critical effect chance of your Holy Light spells? Man, that's pretty insane. Where's that? Leg plates. Boy, that's a lot of freaking... That's a big, big bonus. Oh wow, and the 4 set makes you better at AoE healing. Not AoE, but like healing multiple targets. Oh, for 10% of the amount healed? That's not an amazing bonus, I suppose, but it's, you know, I suppose it's something to help with heals. Do I want to finish the DPS set? Technically, that is what I'm doing this for, is to increase my DPS. The healing I don't have an issue with. I can heal super well right now in just dungeons. And I'm literally so close to being done, so I might as well just finish it up. Stoneheart Choker. Buy that. Yes. I could just probably pump this out real fast. Save. Sell that. And let's take a quick look at my set here. Immolation gauntlets, rickety belts, Sky Strider. This is fully bissed out. So I got Freebiss head. If I could do Zulaman, I could get Prebiss shoulders, which would be my next step, but I just don't see Zulamans happening. Nobody's doing Zulaman. They're all doing they're all trying to rush Valor, and the fastest way to get Valor right now is just doing heroic dungeons. And then probably skipping Deadmines, to be honest. It's just boy, unless I wanted to get the it's a conquest set. That's not worth it. Previous shoulders unless I do Zolaman. ZA. Mantle Fury, don't have that. Floating Web, Prebis. Immolation Breastplate, got it. Braces of the Matador, Gigantiform Bracers, Prebis. Crafted, Fists of Fury, 378 versus 359. Wait, what are these called? Gauntlets? Oh wait, I've got Prebis gauntlets. Actually, they're Bis gauntlets, so I should say that. Rickety belt, Prebis. Immolation leg plates have. So Bis. Boots. Woe breeders, Prebis. Jewelry. Stoneheart choker, Prebis. What are these? Rings? Valor points. Got it. Then the next one is meteorite ring. No. Moonblast ring. Got it. Trinkets. I'm not doing any. All my trinkets are, they're just the effects that happen whenever they feel like it. Because I don't really want to throw another. I could get impatience of youth. That would be fine. But technically, I do that quite a bit already. 3, 2, 1 mastery over. It could replace the Heart of Solace. 1710 strength. Man, that's a toughie. Because the impatience of youth is good, but I would need to like macro it in to go off at the same time as the other stuff I have, because I really don't want to be clicking multiple buttons. I just want it to all go off at the same time. Can I make a macro? Let's see if I can find a macro for it. Macro guide? Wow, kata, macro, multiple abilities. A cast sequence macro. Cast sequences don't work in Classic. You can do modifier macros. Say you want Shadow Word Pain, Mind Blast, and Shield in a single cast, no mod, mod shift, mod alt. Oh my gosh, I hate it. So you could do a macro that casts everything, but you have to hold the shift button, then the control button, then the alt button, stuff like that, and then key it into your macro so that when you press the button, here's the first button. Now if I press shift and press it again, here's the next button. Now if I press control and press it again, here's this button. I think I have those binded to other things. Yeah, that's really frustrating. That's part of why I don't want to use that ability, is because my bar already has like all of this stuff that I could or should be using. And I already press a ton of them. I basically use up all of my top lines of buttons besides my stun and my interrupt. That's just a lot of buttons to be pressing. I'd be adding a new one. I could. It would technically be better. Let's see, how much currency of that Tolbarad stuff do I currently have? I'm sitting at 102. How expensive is it? Can I see where it's bought from? There it is. It costs 125, so I'm not quite there yet to buy it, but I could very soon. Honestly, one more set of dailies, if I did all of them, I'd be able to get it. Otherwise, Heart of Solace and Dwyer's Caber are the Freebis if I wanted to stick to that. Also, proc chance, 10% proc chance. melee attacks. Man, Heart of Solus is just going to go off at totally random times. It makes it kind of sad, actually. Dwyer's Caber is way better because of the 50-second cooldown. The Heart of Solus having nearly 2-minute cooldown makes it kind of hard. Otherwise, Might of the Ocean. Increases your strength by 1425 from Azamat. And it improves your hit rating? That's 1425 for 15 seconds. But I lose a lot of my just passive strength. So 1425 for a minute 30 versus 340 strength just straight out. Yeah, you should only have Impatience of Youth. Okay. I might actually get it. I might get that and replace it with Heart of Solus. One more button to press. Why not? That's fine. I think I have room to fit it on my bar. All right, we're done with that. We do weapons. I already know I have previs for this. Going through the process of getting Zinrock was time, but it's fine. Rolling down more. Librams. Relic of the Elemental Lords is the last thing I need, and I'll be fully pre-bissed out. And the only other things that I could get after that are some craftables, fissure stone stuff that I don't even know if people are doing frequently enough. It feels more like a guild thing. And raids, which I could try to find raids, but I'm on a pretty dead server, so I don't feel like there's a lot of hope for that anymore. Okay then. We're in pretty good shape in that case. Bonus armor, Laden Despair. Let me throw that in the bank. That might be kind of nice to have for a tank set if I ever decided to switch back over. For whatever reason. A lot of things can happen. You know how it is. Who knows what's going on. I already got something in the auction house? Heck yeah. So let's switch back over to DPS quick. Get that rolling. Not really. You rolling. Get you rolling. Okay, we got buffs rolling. Let's get this reforged real quick. We're going to reset. We're going to protection. We're going to set it to here. See what happens to the stream. This will be fun. Calculate. Oh yeah, the stream gets weird. That's fun. Let's see if it actually happens in the game or in the stream over here as well. Maybe? Yeah, calculate that. No. What happens on YouTube actually looks good. That's kind of funny. All right, what do we need to do? Expertise to mastery. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I'm really curious. Maybe, okay, I'll reforge this for now. There we go. No, actually, I want to see it one more time. Hit to crit, expertise to hit, expertise to mastery, no reforge, hit to crit, expertise to mastery, haste to mastery, haste, crit, hit. I wonder if I'm actually close to fully... The Relic Lords gives me no hit. I'd lose hit, which is, I think, what I want, actually. Cool. All right. I'm going to go fly over to my engineering guy over here because he probably will show me what I could actually throw into here. Is really my only options mastery and expertise. Like I have nothing better to put in here. Seems crazy. Hit, spirit, parry, mastery, yeah, critical strike, haste, dodge, expertise, resilience. I could see myself getting either haste or critical strike. I think I prefer critical strike. And then in theory, I might have enough other things here. Let's see. If I were to get rid of 200 expertise, would I run into issues? Did I change anything from, because I changed something from do the math really quick. Could also find out what would happen if I switched it to being raid ready as opposed to heroic dungeon ready. If I were to melee hit cap. DW? I don't know what that is. Expertise, parry chance. I don't need to do that. So if I do this, what happens? Calculate. I love this add-on. It is super cool. Oh, here we go. Man, it's taken a long time to get all this stuff to the point that I want it. I do enjoy rebissing my character out and then not doing raids because fucking yeah, 365 equipped. That is super raid ready. If I wanted to do Ret Pally raids, it'd be cool to get the 4 set going for either with the helmet or the pauldrons. No, the helmet, it would be better than my engineering helmet. Increases the duration of the zealotry ability, which I don't remember what exactly that does. Oh, right, it's that one. Ugh, it's such a clunky ability. There's a few things about Cataclysm Ret Paladin, like zealotry being your capstone and Inquisition being something you have to cast every 30 seconds is super clunky. I get Avenging Wrath, I get Guardian of Ancient Kings, but zealotry is just... I'd honestly prefer if zealotry was something that, like, it enhanced Avenging Wrath. So, like, Avenging Wrath was stronger. Because you never cast these not at the same time. Like, you can, but if you're casting one, you might as well cast the other too. Yeah, it's really dumb. I don't understand why it would do that. That's super dumb. What do we have here? If I were to see this, it tells me expertise to hit, expertise to mastery. 107 expertise to wait, hold on. Is that what it means? 50 expertise to hit. I don't see it here. What is happening? I can't read this. Increase your... Oh, okay, I see what's happening. So, yeah, so it's 50. So I lose 50 expertise. I lose 107 expertise, so that's 55 expertise. That checks out. I'd have enough room to do just critical strike instead of expertise. I would lose... Oh, but this wants me to have hit. Haste to hit. Huh. I could try it, but I think I wouldn't be quite the soft cap for expertise. I'd get a lot of critical strike though, which isn't super helpful. That means that they would dodge me like once every 100 hits, maybe. Crit, haste. That's a tough call. I mean, the guide that I'm looking at on Wowhead says you want to have expertise, which I'm surprised about. If you get the reinforced Saphirium helmet for Priebus, as opposed to, oh, let's take a look here. If I get into my headset, I can even pull this up really fast. Let me get into, there we go. Oh, this tells me reinforced bio-optic. That's tough. Why does it want me to do expertise when I think I may want to switch it to critical strike? Oh, wait, what's my stat prio? Is haste better than crit? Mastery. Crit's better than haste. Okay, I might give that a try, and I'll switch it over to expertise and see what happens. Not right now. I gotta figure out what it costs to actually switch expertise out for crit. Already got mastery. Can't do strength. Oh right. And if I go back to pre-raid, best in slot, scroll all the way down. And Logosh gives me hit rating. Relic gives me no hit rating. Mastery, already have it. Critical strike requires handful of obsidian bolts. Okay, that's not so bad. I honestly probably have that right now. I just want to switch it out and see what happens. I could do it after I switch out Logash. Because all of this is making it so my... Oh, wait a minute. It makes it so expertise and other things can be switched to things that aren't necessarily mastery. Oh, I understand. Oh. Okay, okay. I gotta look at this one more time. That does make sense. Why you would have it as expertise then. It's so, yeah, you're doubling over, but your expertise from other gear is being thrown into things like mastery. So if that expertise would otherwise have to stay where it is, because I put crit instead, I would not get 50 expertise in hit and 107 in mastery. And yeah, that's nearly 100. That's over 150 into mastery. That's worth it. Wow. Good work. I did the math. But that means for now, let's switch you back here. Reset you. Retribution. Calculate. Just so it's in one place. That's some good tea. That's funny. Doesn't let me add it in. Cool. Very, very cool. All right. Well, I'll get to the mail. Throw this cloth in the bank, and we are switching to Helldivers. I'm also gonna grab some tea. Some additional tea. Aw, yeah. Oh. Less fun. Alrighty. Are those time-lost proto-drakes down there? Oh my goodness sakes. I'm a little surprised I haven't been getting any of those chests to open up. Okay. All right. I'm gonna switch off, go get some tea, and go do. Boy, 107. That's fine. I'll get to it another time. And I'll be right back. Blah, 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 blah.